My name is Paula Oleska. Welcome to my office in Manhattan. I'm the founder of Natural Intelligence Systems and creator of a new method called Brain Upgrade for creating super brain breakthroughs. And I'm very happy to share with you today some of the very simple steps that will help you discover and activate your real wealth. If you can, I would recommend that you watch this video with a friend or partner. Sometimes it's easier to notice changes when you have somebody to share it with, and you can change and experience these simple steps together. In this video, I'll be sharing you information about my very powerful workshop, Keys to Real Wealth, and very simple steps you can take to organize your brain to discover what it is and activate it, as I mentioned in my previous paragraph. And some of this video was filmed during an event organized by Bill Walsh, an international business builder, and his Power Team International. So I'll be telling you about the workshop and telling you more about the brain, what it means to have an organized brain or disorganized brain, and how it's going to help you create the steps to real wealth. So thank you for being here, and thank you so much to Bill Walsh and the whole Power Team International for putting this great event together. Aren't they doing a great job? Yes! Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, so let's start by standing up. I want you to reach your arms up and say, I am wealthy.
I am wealthy.
I deserve to be wealthy.
I deserve to be wealthy.
All right. Great. How does that feel?
Great.
Awesome. Great. You can sit down and we'll take it from there. So, who is serious about achieving real wealth? Woo! Woo! Great. Now, do you know what your real wealth is? Yes. Okay, some of you do. And for those of you who don't, we have a fantastic retreat. It's 2.5 days called Keys to Real Wealth. And I'll tell you more about that later. So, how did I arrive at this course, this retreat? I come from Poland. Poland was a communist country when I was growing up, and money was a no-no. Nobody was supposed to have money because money was bad, capitalism was bad, and profit was really bad. No. Right, so that was ingrained in me very, very strongly. And then through different twists and turns, I came to New York to pursue my dreams. But my dreams did not include money. So I became a starving artist. And it was kind of like taken for granted that if you're an artist, especially a beginning artist, you're going to be starving. So, do you know what we were paid for performing? $25. So, per day? No, per performance. So, you rehearse for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then you perform and get $25. So, it was really hard to survive. But, so after a while, I got tired of that, and I decided that I'm going to improve my attitude about money. So I turned to something that everybody tells you when you first try to improve your financial situation, and this is Think and Grow Rich, right? Mm-hmm. That's everybody tells you should start with that. How many of you have read that? Yeah. Is that great? Yes. It's great. So I read that, and I started to apply these principles, and it got better, but there were still some obstacles. The problems did not get solved. So I kept looking and looking and searching through many different modalities, and I discovered some secrets, some shortcuts that can address those areas where you haven't made as much progress as you wish. Wouldn't that be great to make these breakthroughs now? Yes. Yes. Great. I'm glad you agree. So, why do you think most people don't achieve their real wealth?
Fear.
Yeah, fear.
Okay, fear.
They don't know what it is.
Right, they don't know what it is.
They don't deserve it. They believe they don't deserve it.
They don't believe in themselves.
They don't
Right.
know anyone who has.
Because they're
Yes.
sick.
They grew up in a
That's sick. Yeah.
Not the right people. Yes, we could. The list is really long. And I agree with all of that. And I think, and we will handle most of these or all of these in this upcoming retreat. However, from my research, I discovered some other things that I want to share with you. And that has to do with your mind, but not the way you think. So I'm sure, how many of you have heard that the obstacles are in your mind and you change your mind to change your life, right?
Yeah.
And that is true. However, have you ever wondered where your mind is? Where is your mind? All right, so this is one of the first things I discovered when I started to get results is that your mind is in your body. I'd love to tell you more about that, but we only have very little time today. So there will be much more information about that in this Keys to Real Wealth retreat. Now, another thing is that how many times do you feel that you've lost your mind? You had your mind. You had your mind 5 minutes ago, but right now it's just not here, right? So that has to do with the fact that under stress, different parts of your brain, and that's also brain, different parts of your brain shut down. So you temporarily don't have access to all of your potential, all of your skills, all of your experience. Because the mind comes from the brain and in the body, if you work with the body, you can very quickly change your state. So we are going to do one exercise to help you experience how quickly you can change the states. Just a moment, I'm going to share with you, or I'm going to show you an exercise you can do to change your state. But before we do that, of course, you need to find out what your state is right now. So I would like you to choose one activity you've been putting off, such as a phone call, or writing a letter, or going to the gym, or anything at all. And I would like you to either perform that activity or to role play it. So if you're at home and your activity is to write a letter, then you can sit down with your computer or iPad and type your letter. If you are delaying a phone call, then you can role play a phone call. And if you are going to the gym, then you role play picking up your bag and then going to the gym. So whatever it is for you, I would like you to take about half a minute to a minute. We are going to pause the video and you go and do that and come back. And when you come back, I'm going to show you an activity, very simple activity you can do. I want to make sure that you evaluated how you felt during your activity and you make a mental note about that. And now I'm going to show you a very simple activity called cat arches sitting down. If you do yoga, you may have done this exercise in a different setting or in a different direction, but today we are going to do it sitting down, and this is a very good way to organize your body and your brain to do your activity better. So after we do it, I'm going to invite you to go back and repeat your activity. Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to sit in a chair towards the edge of the chair with your feet on the floor. Place your hands over your knees, and we are going to slowly round the back. So starting with your hips, you roll down on your hips, then you round your lower back, then you round your middle back, then you round your upper back, and then you gently drop your head, no shoulders, and then you're going to arch forward over your legs. So lower back, middle back, upper back, and head, and arch. And slowly roll back. Hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, head, no shoulders, and arch forward. Lower back, middle back, upper back, head, and arch. A few important things to remember. First of all, do it slowly. Second of all, the range doesn't matter. This is not for acrobatics or any kind of athletic achievement. This is to organize your spine so your brain will work better. And now you can do it on your own. Repeat it at least 6 times. And after you've done it, repeat your activity. And then look or observe how it feels. I suspect it's going to feel a lot better. Okay, I assume that, most of you feel more relaxed now, right? You've experienced how this can change your state. So these techniques are a core of this Keys to Real Wealth retreat, because we go through many activities like that to help you change your state about everything, about fear, about not knowing what to do, not knowing what your real wealth is, and not deserving and things like that. Here, I would like to add some more information about why working with the body is a shortcut to achieving results. Because you see, something that I'm sure you didn't know, your thinking brain is not the same as your action brain. So you see, here is the part of your brain called the neocortex, which is your thinking brain. The thinking brain is composed of right and left brain hemisphere, which you probably have heard of. But what you may not know is that what we call the conscious mind is in your left brain. And as you can see, the left brain is a very small part of your overall brain. Now, thinking brain is really good at thinking, making plans, and everything has to do with intellect. However, it doesn't have much connection to the body. So the brain, part of your brain that takes action is here. I call it the behavioral brain, because that's where we store our behaviors, our habits, our movement patterns. And as you can see, there is no connection between thinking and behavioral brain. There is another part of the brain in the middle, but I'll tell you about that another time. However, unless you create some connections between these two parts of your brain, your thinking will always remain thinking. So have you had the experience of making a firm decision that you're going to do this, your New Year's resolution, you're going to stop eating sweets, or you're going to go to the gym, or you're going to talk to your mother. But somehow these things did not happen. And why they didn't happen is because, again, the action is in this part of your brain, and unless you develop the connections, then you will not be able to implement your knowledge or your decisions. And what I teach in my brain upgrade system is that if you do some of very simple activities, targeted physical activities, you can build bridges or connections between these two parts of your brain. And then taking action becomes much easier. And I'm going to show it to you very shortly. Have you ever wondered why your brain gets scrambled when it comes to money? And most of the time about your own money, even balancing your checkbook. And the answer has nothing to do with money. It has to do with your brain. So let's look at your brain, your left brain and your right brain. Okay? Your left brain likes to calculate, measure, quantify, deal with numbers. Your right brain, on the other hand, completely does not like numbers. It doesn't want to think about numbers. It just enjoys rhythm and just hanging out, to make it, to simplify things. So, in addition to that, if you're like many other people who I have taught, you may have math trauma. And that's because the way math is taught in school, many people develop blockages about dealing with numbers and any kind of math. And therefore, whenever you think about money, your brain gets scrambled. And to unscramble it and to bring it back online, you have to do very simple targeted activities like what I teach in Brain Upgrade, like this one. In order to coordinate your brain hemispheres so you can think about money in a more coherent way, let's start with the understanding that brain hemispheres control your body crosswise. So your right brain controls the left side of your body, and your left brain controls the right side of the body. So if we use arm and leg on opposite sides, you're going to immediately switch them on and make them cross the information. So it's going to increase your brain power immediately. Let's do that together. So lift your left knee and touch it with your right hand. And now lift your right knee and touch it with your left hand. Now, did you hesitate when I said right or left? If you did, you're in the majority. There are many people who have that problem, but that problem goes away if you do this exercise. This is called cross crawl because it imitates baby's crawling pattern, which is a very early pattern we have biologically programmed within us that helps us coordinate and build a connection between right and left brain. So let's do a few together, and then I'm going to stop the video and you can continue on your own for about half a minute or a minute and come back and then we'll resume. So left knee, right knee, left knee, right knee. Go on, you're on your own. I would like to share with you some highlights about why I do what I do. And as you heard before, I had a very long way to make my life easier and achieve the results I did. So after I started to use these methods, my life became much easier, the results came much faster, and I stopped being afraid of money. I was able to build a very successful practice, even though I don't have any business experience. Of course now I do, but I didn't before. So I feel that it's much easier to achieve results doing these very simple physical activities rather than struggle with controlling your mind and controlling your thoughts. Your thoughts will change once you organize your brain and you're able to take action anyway. So I feel like why struggle? Solutions are already here. This is a tested and proven method and it's going to make your life easier. So I invite you to explore it further. If you found this material valuable or interesting, I would like you to explore it further and I'll be happy to connect with you and you can connect with me. I teach a series of workshops throughout the year. I also offer individual brain upgrade sessions which are very, very impactful. People are seeing real and immediate changes in their lives. And you can find out more about my activities by going to my website. And you can also, I invite you to connect with me on Facebook by liking my Brain Upgrade Systems. And also you can email me from my website or the email that's on the screen. And I'll be very happy to answer any questions and I'll also be very happy to hear about your experience. So, and here is your special bonus just for watching this video. I would like to offer you a free 30-minute consultation to explore how I can help you discover your real wealth.